All right, guys, welcome to the third section of our Vmix software tutorial. So here we're going to go through what we use these overlays. So overlays are the numbers that you see under an input, and Vmix comes with 4 overlays that you can use. So how do you use these overlays? That is what we are going to work with. So overlays basically how you bring in another media on top of what's already showing without having to remove the one that is already there. Okay, so as I have one input output going already, and I just want to bring a second feed to completely overlay what is going on, or partially overlay, but without cutting off the previous feed, because I want the audio to keep going or the commentary to keep going, you use overlays. All right, so these are the inputs. They have 4 overlays. You can overlay 4 times on a video, which is, I think, quite fairly enough. But if you need more overlays, there's a very interesting way, an intuitive way to use that. If you go into your settings and you come to multi-view by themselves are also kinds of overlays. So if you are able to cleverly combine these multi-views with these overlays, that will give you a wide variety of overlay options to use, and I do that a lot of times. So it's a very smart way to work with. So overlays, how do you set up your overlays? If you come to the extreme right corner, you can see an overlay button here just next to the green highlighted audio icon. If you click on that overlay, it now gives you the overlay settings as to how to set up your overlay. So overlay 1, as you can see there, you can make the overlay to be a picture in picture, that is a small one featuring inside the picture, or a full screen where it covers the whole screen. Then you can indicate how it comes in as a transition. Should it fade in, should it just pop up, or whatever you have to do, you can set it up there. The duration of the transition, you can also show it. Then I love this one, the duration of the overlay itself. I use overlay a lot for lower thirds. When I show a lower third, I don't want it to stay for more than 7 seconds. So mostly when I come here, I will set my duration to 7 seconds, which means 7,000. So that the moment I click on overlay and I even forget myself, after 7 seconds it will go off by itself. So it's a really good one. And then stinger inputs, you can also use this to do a stinger. So during a transition, it will stinger an image or a video, beautiful one. The way sometimes when I'm watching golf, the masters, when they're moving from one camera to the other, you see that the masters logo quickly shows up in a kind of a mini video form. And that's what they call stingers, and you can easily do that using your stinger input as well. And the stinger cut point, you can set it up and use that. Then the alpha definitely is how transparent you want the image you are overlaying to be. Right, then also you can use this end here to set up the size of the overlay screens. As you can see that when I move it, it changes the size. So the zooming will squeeze or increase the size of whatever you're overlaying. Then the pan X, pan Y is what you use to move your overlay, as to as you go to the left or to the right, or as you go to top or bottom. Then the rotate is what you use to rotate your image. All right, if you're not happy with what you've done or you finish with it, just click reset and it'll bring everything back to where it's supposed to be. So we use that to set up your overlay. So if you want the overlay to show in the top right corner, that's what you use this page for, to set it up, so that anytime you click on overlay 1, that image will go straight to the top right corner. If you want it to at the base, the same thing, you do it, you set it up to be at the base, and then when you use overlay 1, it will do so. So you can set up all your overlays. Just go to the number, choose which one you want to set up to be what. So if you set up 1 to be for lower thirds, then you don't need to do anything, leave it as it is. The lower third will just appear at the lower third. If you want it to be, if you want it to show as what do you call it, a mid screen or a top right or top left, set it up there for the second one, the third and the fourth. If you set up all these, that is how it's going to work for you literally, and you wouldn't have to be changing it all the time. and you can use that. So you can use one of that as permanently overlay to set up your logo. But normally I will not use the permanent overlay because it will limit my overlays. If I'm setting up a permanent logo, that's when I talk of using your multi-view as a smart way in conjunction with your overlays. I rather use a multi-view input to set up a permanent logo placing and use, so anything that's going to appear there permanently throughout the video show, I don't need to use overlays. I rather use multi-view input to do that, and that will make it appear there. You size it up and appear where you are, but the overlays are for temporal placing over your output program so that it can show what you want to be shown. So that is how it works. So then let me close this one and quickly do one overlay. For instance, if I go to titles and I choose this particular title and I come in here, so if I want to overlay, that is that. So assuming I have my name and the program description there, that is how it goes. And when I'm done with the overlay, I simply click it again. So once I click the one, it will highlight as green, meaning that it is overlaid. If I click it again, the highlight will go off, meaning that the overlay is over. And that is how it works. So based on your inputs, that is how it will work. You see where number 4 went to, 4 went up there, because if you come into my overlay settings and I open number 4, you realize I set it up to be at the top left corner, and that is why the over on the screen, the description and names also went to the top left corner. So you must always remember how you set up your system so you don't mistakenly place an overlay at the wrong end. So normally I always use 1 for my description overlay and 4 as my image overlay. If I need to input image any part of the screen, I normally use 4 for that. That is why that one is in the corner there, because I did one production that way. Okay, so that is how overlays work in Vmix software. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and share. Thank you.